Hi Capricorn, how are you? You know what time it is? It's time for your reading. Yeah, we're going to do your reading. It's a general reading for this month of November. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. So let's see what's going on in your world for this month. A lot's going on. We're in Scorpio season. And then we enter into Sag. And within that, we have Thanksgiving. But we also have a few planets moving direct. Mars is going to go direct. I think Mercury goes direct, or is it Uranus? One of those two. Anyway, things are going to start to feel a little bit better. And you've been feeling as if you've been stuck, not being able to move, where things just aren't like happening. It's like, when is it going to work? When am I going to take off? When am I going to be able to go over here? You know, maybe by the middle of November, you'll start to see some daylight on some of those questions. All right, Capricorn, take what works, see what doesn't, people. Thumbs up if you like the reading. I appreciate you all being here. All right, so let's see. Your overall energy is that of the Page of Swords. So either you have something to say or somebody has something to say to you. But I feel like it's you. I feel like, you know, you're not afraid. You're grounded. You're going to stand in your truth. You're going to stand in what you believe in. You know, go ahead. Try me. See, when a Capricorn knows that they're in the right, you might as well just pull back, because when they're right, you can't push them, move them. They're like a mountain in your way. So anyway, I feel like you are in a position where, you know, you're at that point where you're ready to just hold your ground, regardless of what anybody says. Now, a few of you, we have the Page of Pentacles that sits above you. So we have two pages. Because we do have the Page of Pentacles, I wonder whether or not you're in school, or it's something that you wish you were in school. I feel like you are in school and you're not doing very well. And it could be because you probably wanted to go to school. Probably your mom sent you to school. you know, it's like everybody supports you going to school, but maybe that school isn't what you want to do. Maybe there's something else that you really want. So you've got to stand up for what it is that's in your heart that you believe in, right? So. And the reason why I say your mom is because we have the Queen of Pentacles sitting right here next to the page. And pages are usually, they're young, you know, they can be children, they can be messages, you know, they're about newness, about, you know, the Pages of Pentacles about learning, the Page of Swords is more about standing up for yourself, you learn how to be an adult, you know, and on and on. Anyway, so for whoever it is, okay? Oh, and it's not just the Queen of Pentacles, your mom, but there's also your dad, that you have to, like, tell them what it is you want to do. And I think this is a month that you know, are making decisions for yourself, decisions that will make you very happy, truly. So I think here, you can't pretend, you know, that it's just going to be your way and that's the way it goes. Because you might have this really great idea and everything else, especially if you're not doing really well in school. And you're ready to go in a whole other direction. I mean, you know, your parents, they get a process. They come from another generation. So give them the benefit of the doubt. And you need to, like, don't roll your eyes when they turn around and they give you, you know, their conditions, you know, on why, you know, you can go do this rather than go to school. Okay, this is just for somebody out there. But I just feel like this is, you know, you're always fighting for what you want. And this is something you really, really want. And you don't want to back down, which I think is great because, you know, this year was about our focus, about what we do ourselves on our own. So let's move around the cards and see what this story talks about. So you come out as a Page of Swords. You are holding your ground. That light is shining behind you. I feel like you are very supported, you know, by the universe, by whatever it is that you are about to do. And you're focused. And it's like you're very balanced, you know, like this guy. That's like if you were on a surfboard. Pretend that light was a surfboard. Maybe some of you guys are at the beach. You know, but, you know, you would be very balanced. You would hold your hands out, you know, to kind of hold you. And I feel like you know what it is you need to say and what you need to do. And look, you know, this kid, he's got school books. This one, again, the whole school thing. But anyway, you know what it is that you want and what you want to do, and you're focused. And you're driven. I think maybe some of you might be even self-driven. So there's something that you've been working on, and you're almost at the point of, you know, bringing it out. So if you've been working on a project, maybe you've been getting a line of clothing together, perhaps you wrote a book, maybe you do art, something of that nature. I feel like you've been really, really busy working on these things. And it brings you a lot of security. I mean, because here you are, you come out in your own reading here. You know, and it's like you're looking straight ahead. You're very confident. You know exactly what you're doing. You're very grounded. And there's all this fruit around you, you know. So I feel like there's a lot of abundance that's about to come your way. If you're not feeling it already, you'll feel it in the month of June. Probably, you know, by the end of the year. Because this is something you are working on. This is your baby, you know. So it's like what you do when you're not at your day job, right? That's what I'm talking about here. So I feel like you're feeling good about that because you're doing you. But there's a lot of abundance coming towards you. So that's terrific, because who can't use some extra money? Now, when you are in a social circle among a lot of people, I feel like you feel like maybe a little bit like a wallflower, like you don't fit in, you don't really know what to do. So you might find yourself gravitating to just hanging with your closest friends. Maybe it's just your closest friends or your sisters, but I just get the sense that when you're among a group of people, you're not feeling real open and gay, but you are, you know, you can relax when you just get around, you know, a couple of your friends or your sisters. You know, it's like you're not about like the whole big socializing. But I do think that there will be a lot of socializing in the month of November. So whether you like it or not, people wanna hang out with you. So maybe it's time for you to get out. This could be a sign from the universe, you know. It's like fun is happening around you and you have an opportunity, you know. So if you've been bored, hello, people are wanting you to come out. They like you, believe it or not. All right, Capricorn? So, all right, I think that there is, if you are not married, okay, if you are not married, there is somebody, quite possibly your teacher, where you are really focused on what it is they're teaching you. And I think your teacher, not just you, it could be however it goes, either you or them, has a real crush on you. Real smart person, really, really smart. But they're really focused, and it's almost like they are willing to teach you absolutely anything you want to learn about the subject that you are choosing. So this decision, you know, to abandon what you've been doing and go in another direction, I think will bring you a lot of happiness. And you're really going to like your teacher. So when you really, really like your teacher, you know, I think, you know, we're humans, you know, male, female, you know, male, whatever it is. You know, I just think that we're human. And when we admire somebody a lot, we fall in love with the person, you know, and sometimes you might have an infatuation. I feel like that could, you know, you might want to start something with them. I wouldn't recommend it. You know, he's your teacher. Wait until after the person is not your teacher. And if things are there, then, you know, roll with it. And besides, they'll probably be married. Right, so look in another direction. There's probably a lot of people looking at you because there's a lot of social stuff going on. You know, so yeah, people are noticing you. They want to hang out with you, Capricorn, believe it or not. Yeah, you. All right, so don't feel like, you know, you don't have to always be defensive. I feel like there's an energy around you that you're always needing to defend what you're doing. You don't. You know, you're you. You know, either people like you or they don't. My mother used to say, there was this one mutual, like, family friend. Yeah, and she didn't like him very much. And, you know, he would come in and he would stare at her legs. She had really, really pretty legs. And, you know, he's like, and she would tell me, she's like, well, if you don't like looking at them, don't look at it. And if you like looking at it, go ahead, look at it. You know, so it's kind of funny. So, you know, just kind of take a lighter attitude to that, to everything. All right, so Capricorn, the devil. So this also represents you. I feel like you're starting to let go of, you know, relationships that aren't good for you. Like, you're more careful now. Like, if there was a relationship in your past, there may have been one in your past. I feel like you stand up for yourself. But because of what your past history has been, you know, it leaves you a little guarded. And like I say, you're going to be socializing. You put the walls down, drop the walls down, because there's somebody who is really very good for you. You know, they're not like the rest. You know, get my drift? They're not like the rest. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Page of Cups with the Two of Wands and the Judgment. So somebody from your past, I feel like they would like to come towards you, but I think they know they're not coming back, Capricorn. All right, they're just not. All right, they know that there's no point in even trying to make amends with you or anything else because they blew it. And now it's on you, you know, to stay focused on what it is that you are doing. We have the Two of Wands here. So this decision about this person who, you know, I don't think you're going to wait for them anymore. If you've been waiting, because, you know, sometimes it's hard. Breaking up is hard to do. You know that song? If not, you can look it up. I think it's from the 50s. Breaking up is hard to do. All right, so anyway, Two of Wands, you're focused on what's in front of you. I mean, you got the world in your hands. You got the wand. You know, I mean, you're on fire. You're ready to move forward. So no going back. No going back. The past is the past. So you know what you need to do in order to manifest money if you need some money. So, you know, money's coming. There's a lot of abundance coming. I think everything you need will come to you. You know, so you've got to trust that. If you feel like, oh my gosh, you know, just like the bills are due and what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yeah, and then you go from the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands. You know, it's like you make a decision, you focus your goals, you start to make it happen, and then boom, you got your magic wand and you're making it happen. It's doing it. So, you want to hit your mark, you need to stay really clear and focused. All right. But there's an ending to something, you know, you need to, there's something has to stop. You, whatever it is, there's something, again, we're putting down toxic energy. We saw that devil reverse. You're not ending it with a situation, a problem, a person, a job. So it's time to open up and just realize that, you know, you're doing good on your own. You're very stable. You're very secure. You're enjoying everything that you've worked so hard for. I think you can afford to spend a little bit more in just a little bit. There's still more work to do, you know, so don't get too complacent. All right, so don't think you're there, you're not. And just because you start to feel a little bit of success, don't think that's where it stops. There's more to do, okay? Yeah, like office, bookwork, administrative, like all of the stuff that has nothing to do with what it is that you're doing, that you need to make it in order to be successful, all right? Yeah, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then you're there. Yeah, and then the Wheel of Fortune. It's good. Good stuff for you, Capricorn. All right. I hope that resonated with someone. If it did, great. If it didn't, that's okay. Take what works, leave what doesn't. Ooh, Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Again, there's this theme about you standing up for what it is that you need to say or do. You know, especially to somebody who might have hurt you. Again, the holiday seasons, we've been in these retrogrades. You may have, you know, heard from somebody from the past out of the blue. But you're moving on, you know, because you're not going back to a situation that you know would only blow up. Right? And it's like, you know exactly what you need to do. Everything, every bone in your body knows that when this person shows up, what you have to do. Won't be like the other times. Because you're different. All right. Yeah, here, this person. It's better to not have any communication with whoever this is. And this might be this person that you're resisting ending. Just have no communication. They're probably stalking you. They probably will continue to stalk you until you decide to block them. But I think I said it in another video. You know, you can block someone, but it's very difficult for them to really not find you. And, you know, you can block someone on Facebook, but not on Twitter. Or you block them on Twitter and Instagram, but not on Facebook. You know, or maybe there's something else out there, Snapchat. I mean, I don't know. But they do not love you. So close the door, Capricorn, because there's someone else coming. And besides, immerse yourself in this teacher who is like, they adore you. You know, you're like everything they ever dreamed of walking through their classroom door. And there you are. And then on top of that, they got the hots for you. Don't be surprised if they open up to you. I don't think you see this coming. It's like out of the blue, all of a sudden, somebody's going to come up to you and say something. For others, though, this whole thing with our online world, I don't know if a lot of you do Zoom, but in some of these programs and stuff, maybe you do yoga online, maybe you do, you know, some kind of, you know, think tank thing online, maybe you do an art thing online. But anyway, you might meet somebody online. And again, December, I think the holidays, maybe even into February, they should be pretty good. Because if you do meet someone, the rest of the world falls away, don't they? You know, so the world becomes your oyster at that point, just you and your person. So it doesn't matter if we're a pandemic, as long as you two can make it work, right? All right, so lots to think about. I hope this resonated, Capricorn. If it did, great. If it didn't, that's okay. Take what works, leave what does not. And I'll see you at the next reading. All right, thumbs up if you like the reading. Bye.